hurts.
Are your AirPods making you sick?
No, they are not.
And the last time I spoke about AirPods, I referenced them as the cigarette of our generation. The high rate.
Frank thinks Apple AirPods are as bad for you as cigarettes. That's genius. That's genius.
Radiation levels in close proximity to the brain, very bad because people are wearing them all day long.
So why aren't we seeing a massive increase in brain diseases or brain cancers if, AirPods are a new thing? It's because they don't do anything. It's a type of radiation that's non-ionizing, and on top of that, they don't produce enough energy to raise the temperature of water, so they can't possibly affect your brain.
But the actual physical act of having something in your ear all day is interfering with earwax metabolism. Sounds silly. However, your body has a cleansing process where it constantly pushes out earwax at a slow rate. So if you're spending the majority...
I don't even know if that's true. I do notice that when I wear over-the-ear headphones, or if I wear in-ear headphones, I do get a buildup of earwax, which is why I like the bone-conducting headphones. But again, that's not going to kill you.
Majority of your day with your ears clogged up, you're blocking one of your body's abilities to cleanse itself. A sign of this can be that your sinuses are constantly congested, and the interplay between the
Your sinuses have nothing to do with fucking earwax buildup.
Sinuses and ear cavities become very evident if you do nasal flushes with iodine that I have several videos on.
Your sinuses and your ears aren't connected.
We also have these Air headsets available on Wi-Fi shielding.
What is he talking about? Sinuses, they don't connect to your fucking ears. So where did he get this idea? He thinks your sinuses connect to your ears. Frank is a fucking special boy.
Fasting is bad for you. Maybe you feel better now, but if you feel better not eating, that says something about the quality of food you're putting in your body. Our food and water supply is so poisoned that...
So the point of fasting is to reduce food intake. It's just a novel method of reducing energy intake. A lot of people do have a tendency to overeat, and they might not be eating the right food. So, it's again, if you have a tendency to overeat and you have a tendency to eat crappy foods, you'd expect somebody to feel better when they reduce their caloric intake. It's not really the fasting that's making them feel better.
People feel better when they stop eating the poison, but all of those toxins from years of eating those poison foods...
Like, what toxins is Frank fucking talking about? All the shit with fucking toxins, dude. Like, my God.
Are still in your body, ingrained in your cells, your organs, especially your liver. The real solution above fasting is to eat a balanced diet of high-quality foods.
Your liver does not accumulate toxins. Frank doesn't really understand how the liver works. Your liver isn't like a filter. It's more of something that triggers enzymatic reactions. So it doesn't just build up toxins.
Mainly organic meat and grains with an adequate amount of fiber to transport toxins out of the body. You have to give yourself healthy food to replace the poison cells.
That is not how any of that works.
Your digestive system needs a medium, that healthy food, to remove toxins. Fasting is just a band-aid of a solution to the poor underlying health that most people...
Yeah, that is not how that works. Frank is really fucking dumb. Grass-fed roast beef, best probiotics.
What's up, guys? These are the natural probiotics I take with every meal. Water kefir
You should not be taking probiotics with every meal. You will probably cause digestive issues.
grains and water kefir. By natural, I mean whole foods. I'm sure everyone's heard of yogurt. Many of you are probably familiar with dairy kefir, however you want to pronounce it. But they have many different varieties of live, active cultures of bacteria. You know, if you just buy a supplement from the store or something on Amazon, totally different ballgame. I wouldn't even consider them probiotics, to be honest. So what I do is I take a teaspoon of water kefir grains, wash out with
Fucking stupid.
the water kefir, and then I'll continue to drink the water kefir throughout the meal. And depending on the size of the meal, you might have to have more grains or more water kefir. Both of these are available on frankiesfreerangefoods.com, and you can watch all of them.
Yeah, so I've said this before. If you're not used to taking probiotics, like doing something like this, taking them with every meal, it's stupid. You're just going to cause like an allergic reaction, essentially. You're going to cause a lot of digestive upset. And you can get very, very weird symptoms from taking a large amount of probiotics. You can end up having diarrhea, constipation. You can give yourself SIBO, which is like a lot of gas and bloating. You can cause bloody stools. Again, you can get a lot of allergic reactions, so like itchy skin, not being able to sleep, crap like that. It's dumb, and there's no benefit. There's no proven benefit to taking any of these probiotics. It's just assumed, basically, that, you know, there's some health benefit when there's no proven benefit. Let's see. Jesus.
So this girl is showing what she looked like before she took Accutane. I took Accutane almost 10 years ago now.
If you have horrible cystic acne like that, you absolutely need something like Accutane.
And it's part of the reason I'm still suffering from liver damage and digestive issues. You need to understand two things. One,
So Frank doesn't have liver damage. He's just a hypochondriac.
it's only a temporary solution. The real way to fix acne is to fix your gut, which requires high quality probiotics. Two,
Probiotics do not fix horrible cystic acne like that. You're not going to fix cystic acne by drinking water kefir.
the way Accutane works is it overloads the body with retinoids, aka vitamin A. So basically all of your
Accutane isn't retinol, it is vitamin A. It's just very, very high doses of vitamin A. It's not retinol.
organs, all of your digestive system, it's flushed with retinol. What that does is it displaces some toxins and overloads the body, shuts down your metabolism so that the acne kind of stops coming through your skin. But long term, your body is now going to be full of toxins.
Or no, vitamin A is retinol. Sorry, I thought he said I thought he said carotenoids. Never mind.
And vitamin A that needs to be removed, which is very, very difficult. Most people just suffer long-term health issues and never.
So yeah, there's issues with Accutane, but look at that girl's skin. So possible side effects of Accutane are hair loss, depression. Seems to particularly affect men, the depression and suicide risk. But like again, if your face looks like this, like there's yeah, if the choice is being horribly scarred and maybe having issues with, you know, the high dose of vitamin A you're taking, like again, hair loss, crap like that, I would take the risk if my face was like this. Again, Frank is a dummy. Double jaw Bimax surgery.
Someone mentioned nerve damage as a consequence of Bimax surgery, and I mean, I know it as double jaw surgery, which I had done about 8 years ago now. The left lower side of my face by the nerve was numb for a few years, but like it didn't bother me at all. I didn't really notice it. Although now it's actually kind of restored. So the nerve damage kind of went away, and from a risk perspective, that's pretty low compared to a lot of surgeries. One thing I will mention is that
Yeah, the hair shedding on Accutane is usually temporary, but it can be permanent.
it has a very high regression rate. So after people get the surgery, the jaw will actually go back to where it was. And the reason I think that didn't happen for me is because I was actively mewing. I changed.
Oh my god, mewing. Yeah, sure, mewing did it.
So I accidentally added too much sugar to my second water kefir fermentation. So I actually have to let it sit on the heating pad and go for another few days to allow the bacteria to finish eating up the extra sugar that I added. Issue is that bacteria is building up gas while in the sealed container. So about a day and a half into the fermentation, I'm actually releasing the pressure so that the bottles don't explode. So I actually released the gas once already on this bottle. And that's the second release. So when I do this, I hold a lot of downward pressure. I keep it really tight, and I do it very slowly, because if the pressure is super high, even if you're holding it with downward pressure, the lid might just pop off and explode. So it can be very, very dangerous. So when opening water kefir, guys, always keep it in the fridge for 24 hours to cool down the bacterial activity. Maybe even open it outside to avoid a mess.
It makes me wonder, because he's selling this on his website, the water kefir stuff. If he doesn't know what he's doing making it, like, isn't there a huge risk of like contamination? I'm surprised he's even able to sell this crap.
So I'm gonna get a little more detailed on how to safely release the.
Okay, whatever.
If you have been looking for a convenient and healthy way to make your homemade bread, we now have organic instant yeast available.
How is yeast not inherently organic?
On FrankieStrangeFoods.com. We've been selling sourdough starter, but that's very involved. It can literally take 3 days, no exaggeration, 3 days to make sourdough bread. Minimum usually 24 hours, and a lot of timing is involved. You know, if you're working a day job and you have actual stuff to do, you know, this can make bread in 2 to 3 hours. So you don't have to be home all day doing ridiculous stuff. Here are the two low.
Most sourdough is garbage. I haven't even been able to find sourdough here that's any good.
Loaves I just made in a few hours. Not the best looking, but super, super fast, easy, convenient, made with organic flour, and I know where the water's coming from, so I don't have to worry about spending all day and timing everything around making sourdough bread. Maybe we'll do a recipe this weekend, but you guys...
Yeah, sourdough sucks. I don't know why Frank is so obsessed with sourdough. And the way he makes it is terrible.